Most of us are called upon to serve, and often called when it's inconvenient. But there's probably no one in our organized associations who's been called to serve more often than Dr. Henry. Whenever asked, he always says yes. Regardless of the cost, he does it cheerfully, thoroughly, and he cuts no corners. There are few who can actually compete with Mike in the number of miles logged to support our organizations. His work ethic is legendary. He doesn't quit. He's never too tired, too stressed to help a colleague or a student when in need. Dr. Henry, for your long years of service to our community, our students, for the sacrifices you've made, and those I'm sure you will continue to make, I'm pleased to present you this 2006 Walter O. Mason Award. Congratulations, son. All right, Dr. Henry.
Thanks, Chair Trent Ball. Let me say good afternoon to each and every one. Good afternoon. And to President Horler, President Emeritus, Dr. Arnold Mitchum, COE Board of Directors and colleagues, let me say I'm humbled and most of all honored to be a recipient of the Walter O. Mason Award. I say this because I know so many others that are worthy of this prestigious award. I'm also grateful to have had an opportunity to be a part of the TRIO movement for the last 30 years. I'm glad that Mr. Walter O. Mason's and my path briefly crossed early in my TRIO career. Mr. Walter O. Mason was a giant and a visionary early on for the TRIO movement by seeing the need for organized TRIO. It has been his vision, organized TRIO, that has sustained us through the floods, through the storms, and the numerous battles, as well as one of the bottom line reasons why we're able to come together here in San Diego as 10 regions, along with our international access colleagues and our corporate sponsors. Mr. Walter O. Mason's vision for the TRIO movement is live and well today. Look at someone beside you and tell them TRIO is live and well today. I go back about 25 years ago while walking through the drizzling rain in Greenwich Village in New York, where I received one of the best history lessons that I've received in my life, as well as the best orientation on the TRIO movement, and that came from none other than our own President Emeritus, Dr. Arnold Mitchum, and President Maureen Horler. I never will forget that because our conversation was so interesting that I forgot all about the rain. I'm grateful that they took me under their wings and allowed me to serve about 10 or 12 years in the Council for Opportunity and Education training programs, where I was able to grow and meet others and help others as well with the new directors training, with the legislation and regulations training, and the counseling strategies training. And a lot of this came up under the tutelage of Ms. Maureen Horler, as well as Ms. Julia Tower and Dr. Nate Easley. I'm grateful for my regional association, MEOP, and our state association, VEOP, that supported me over the years and afforded me an opportunity to serve as well as grow educationally. I'm grateful to have a family that understood how much I love the work that each and every one of us do. It's interesting when your children will send their friends to come and see you for educational advice. I better say something about this so I can get back in the house. Seeing I'm in California and I live in West Virginia, I probably wouldn't make it past Phoenix. I'd probably perish in the desert. 23 years ago, while working with the Development Committee, I was strongly encouraged to attend the national conference in Chicago. My family knew that this is where I came to get my batteries charged. Can you feel the energy in the room? Well, I'm glad you're feeling it because I'm getting ready to go somewhere here. It was a young lady that said to go ahead and go to the conference because I know how much you love being with your friends. Needless to say, we was expecting our last child. And I was also told that, go ahead, I'll go and stay with my mother and nothing will probably happen while you're gone. And I asked her, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes." And I asked her again, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yes." I played baseball. I asked her the third time. I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes." So after I got to Chicago and then kind of got settled in and called home the next day, my mother-in-law answered the phone, and her first words were, "Congratulations, Brother Henry, you got a new baby girl." So if some of you all have questions about that, let me say that if you want to have some girl talk on the side, my wife is here. I'm going to ask her to stand if she would. Let me say also about the little baby girl. She graduated magna cum laude with a degree in biology. And if all is well, hopefully she's standing before her biology class in Tennessee teaching as we speak. Lastly, let me say again that I'm grateful to have had an opportunity to serve first generation and low-income students and students with disabilities. These were the Mike Henrys because basically I wore all of these titles. I was one of those that was told in the 9th or 10th grade the best thing for me to do was go to vocational school and pick up a trade, and hopefully if I was lucky I'd be able to get a job in the coal mines. I've shared this story with a lot of my colleagues, what my calling in life was. My calling in life was to be a Greyhound or Trailways bus driver. You see, I traveled a lot as a young kid with my mother, and it seemed like those bus drivers took pride in helping to get people to their destinations. I loved it so much till I went on and I got my chauffeur's license. I got a CDL. But what I did was I traded that chauffeur's license and CDL in for a college degree, which enabled me to work with first generation and low-income students and students with disabilities that had educational tickets in their hands and had a desire to go on an educational journey. Some of the tickets that were stamped said that I just need a little information to get to my destination. Some of the tickets that were stamped said, I just need just a little financial support to get to my destination. Some of the ticket stamps said, I just need a little guidance to get to my destination. Some of the ticket stamps says, I just need a little direction to get to my destination. Some of the ticket stamps said, I just need a little encouragement because I'm the first in my family to attend college and I don't have the positive role models in my household to mentor me or to encourage me. And last but not least, some of the ticket stamps says, I need some or I need all of the supportive services that your programs offer to reach my destination. So again, let me say that I'm grateful to have been a part of the TRIO movement, to have been able to help some of these students to reach their educational destinations while serving as an educational bus driver. Again, I thank you, and I'm humbled and grateful to receive this prestigious award. You got to come over.